Since we're bringing in a new season of NBA 2K, you know they add new dribble moves every time. So today I'm going to be showing you the best dribble moves you can use, but also the new animations in the game. No matter if you're a small guard, a big guard, the 6'11s, to even the 7-footers, if you use screens or even ISO, there's going to be a dribble move or animation that's going to match your ball handle requirement or even your play style if you like to play realistic or you like playing arcade-ish type of play style. But before we get into the dribble moves, we got to get into controller settings, which is very important, as you want to go to your controller settings and put your pro stick to default so you'll be able to do every dribble move or even hop step that's available. But another thing that's very important, you can end up disabling your passive dribble hand switch, which will end up making you switch the ball if you're staying stationary, which is kind of annoying. But if you haven't yet, make sure y'all boys drop a like, make sure y'all boys subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos like this. One of the newest animations they added to this season is the De'Aaron Fox escape move, which is available for small guards that have at least an 89 ball handle. And when it comes to this escape, it's very similar to the Kyrie Irving one, but it's a little bit different. But it does give you a similar animation, so you can get a crab animation or even get pulled forward so you can end up getting to the lane. And for the same hand escape, so if the ball starts in my left hand, I'm going to flick my left stick to the left, then to the right while holding R2, and it will give me this animation almost every single time. So you're going to flick your right stick to the same ball hand first, then to the opposite side, the same way you would do with SGA. When it comes to the tween, it actually has a great between the legs animation that makes it very easy to shoot off of, and I will rate this dribble move at least like a B+ or A-. Then the next move, we have Markelle Fultz's signature size up, which you can end up using on any builds with an 80 ball control under 6'10", and this signature size up, it's nothing really crazy. Most people don't even use the signature size up on 2K, but hey, if you're someone that's going to be using signature sizes, I definitely say try it out. But if I put it on the list with any other signature size ups, I put it like a C+, maybe B-. I wouldn't say it's better than a Scoot Henderson, a Tracy McGrady, a Stephen Curry, even a Trey Young. If you want me to rate this dribble move, I would get this dribble move maybe a C- or even a C. And when it comes to combo moves, they end up adding Devin Booker combo moves, which you need an 85 ball control, which you can end up using on builds that's under 6'10". Now with this dribble move, you don't know how to activate it. All of this is going up the court without R2, flicking your right stick up 2 times, and that's how you activate a combo move on this game. So anytime you're dribbling, you coming up the court, you can flick it 2 times up, and it will give you a combo move animation if you did not know how to activate the combo moves on NBA 2K26. And for a new dribble style they added to the game, they added Zion Williamson back. If you remember Zion Williamson from the 2K25, which almost every big builder had to use to dribble, Zion Williamson dribble style is back for this season, and I can tell you the cross launch for it is great. That's one thing I can say. As of its cross launch is nice, but for its speed boost, if you're used to speed boost and how you use the speed boost on 2K26, you're gonna get the bad animation like this. But if you want to get the good animation, the thing you have to do is wait it out. In NBA 2K25, we had to wait out the animation to be able to get the decent speed boost animation. So just know you're still gonna have to wait out the escape animation or signature size up, and then you're gonna end up taking off. Mostly it's gonna be you moving your left stick in that direction without R2, then holding R2 so you can get a decent speed boost animation with using this. And I'll rate this dribble style at B-. Then when it comes to the go-to shots, there's a lot of go-to shots you can choose from. Jalen Suggs is a good option, especially if you're someone that like to end up having like that pro play type of feel. That's a great one. Bryce Centerball is one that if you want to get past the defender, this is one of those ones that's glitchy. Even though you gotta have a 79 mid-range or 3-pointer to use, you can get past the defender easy using Bryce Centerball. Jordan Poole has a very shifty one with a few different animations, which you can use for a small guard if you want to do something a little bit different. Then when it comes to my bigger builds, you can use S. McCallick, as he has a nice side step off his off ball. It gets a lot of space, but also Jimmy Butler, which only requires you to have the 77 mid-range. It's a great go-to shot, especially you can combo with this and break out of it, especially with the Zach LaVine dribble style. You can get a nice tween cross. The same thing with Devin Booker, they're very similar, but I prefer using Jimmy Butler. Now Kevin Durant, we all know Kevin Durant is one of the best go-to shots on 2K. No matter if you're on a 6'10 build, 6'5 build, it's going to help you create some space. The same thing with Paolo Banchero. When it comes to bigger builds like the 6'10s and up, and you want an effective go-to, which you'll need a 79 mid-range to use. If you got 87 mid-range or 3-pointer, use Kevin Durant. But if you can't, use Paolo Banchero. Paolo Banchero is one of those ones you want to sleep on, and especially for my small guards. Hey, Tyrese Maxey is nice. If you can create a decent amount of space and then go-to shot off of it, you can get crazy snatchbacks, hotbacks. It's nice. Then for DeLon Wright, you can end up getting a nice little actual speed boost to the same ball hand on the smaller guards. But if you want to use it on a bigger guard, you can, but it's other better options you use for those bigger guards. Then if you like Luka Doncic type of like go-to shot, I would recommend you use Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma has similar animations, but they're more fluent point and they're very smooth. And all you need is a 68 mid-range or 3-pointer to even unlock. Then with Zach LaVine got this turnaround. You see a lot of people hitting crazy shots for game, or either heat check using that go-to shot, going for clips. Then we got the best hop jumpers in the game. You really can't go wrong with normal hop jumper, which is one of my favorites on all type of builds, unless I'm doing a certain player. Then we got Devin Booker. Devin Booker is a top 3 hop jumper. It creates a lot of space, nice step backs. You just need to be under 6'10" and have an 86 mid-range or 3. Jaylen Brown has a cool one. The snatch back is nice. You do have to be between 6'5" to 6'9" to use this, and the requirement is not that high. Now, if you're a small guard, Curry hop jumper is nice. Curry got maybe the craziest hop jumper. It creates so much space. You need a 92 mid-range or 3-pointer, and you got to be a small guard to use it. Zach LaVine is a very underrated hop jumper to use, and I've been telling people to try out Zach LaVine hop jumper. No matter if you're on a big guard or small guard, it creates a lot of space. DeMar DeRozan has a great hop jumper as well, which you only need an 82 mid-range or 3-pointer to use at being at 6'5" to 6'9". And if you want to try something a little bit different, with more like on a pro play side, Anthony Edwards has some great pro play, like actual hop jumper animations, and you can use it on big builds and small builds. Now, CJ McCollum, a lot of people been messing around with it lately, as it got a nasty side step. Like, you could really cook up on a small guard with a crazy side step. Like, it creates a lot of space. Now, if you want a bigger build, you want a lot of pro play feel, and you want to be working on the mid-range, use Jason Tatum, as it has a lot of different variety of step backs he can use. And lately, I've been messing around with Jordan Clarkson. Now, Jordan Clarkson is nice, especially on my big builds and my small builds. If you like to combo up and do things like that, try out Jordan Clarkson, or even try out Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole got a lot of shifty animations in his hop step. Now, that's one thing. Once you learn how to activate the hop steps, you're going to create a lot of space. And then the same thing with James Harden. Now, James Harden got the traveling hop step, and a lot of people will be like, oh, it's troll. But once you master it, it can get really, really deadly. But I'm gonna end up starting with the best dribble styles you can use for small guards and big guards. You can use Ja Morant on the small guard, which is one of the fastest dribble styles in the game, which is the 85 speed with ball, and you have to be under 6'5". Then we got Zach LaVine. These are the top 2 dribble styles that's in the game that almost 90% of the game is going to end up using, which you need a 75 speed with ball to unlock and be under 6'10". Then we have Darius Garland, which you need a 91 speed with ball to use, and this is for small guards. I wouldn't really end up using this. I would still prefer Ja Morant. Ja Morant is still better to me because you end up getting a better speed boost and a smoother speed boost. Then we got DeJounte Murray. If you like to do a misdirection cross, this is the secondary option to you. Now, look, they added Zion in the game. Zion is still good. I showed you what Zion is, but this is your only other option if you can't get Zach LaVine. And you need to have a 60 speed with ball and be at least 6'5" to end up using this. Now, look, when it comes to the signature size ups, the signature size of Markelle Fultz, I told you, it's kind of all right. It's just based on your preference if you actually use it, but it's not up there, but it's way better options. You can use Stephen Curry if you're in a small guard and you got a 92 ball control and you're under 6'5". That's one of my top ones I end up using. I use Stephen Curry. I use Tracy McGrady for my bigger builds, which you need to be at least 6'5" with an 85 ball handle and be under 6'10". One of the top 2 actual signature sizes you can use. Scoot Henderson is up there as well. If you have a lower ball handle of 80, you can use it on small guards, big guards, lockdowns, anything like that, at least an 80 ball handle. Trae Young is great as well. You can have a 92 ball handle, be under 6'5". It's got nice combos if you know how to use your size up. But also, we got James Harden. A lot of people sleep on James Harden. You need an 86 ball control, and you got to be under 6'10". And this signature size up is different from the other ones, as to how you tween between the legs. And now, if you don't like any of those options I showed you, pro is always an option. If you got at least a 70 ball control and you on the taller end of the tall guards of 6'5" and 6'8", I definitely tell you to try it out if you don't like T-Mac or any other ones I suggested. Hopefully, in the future of 2K, when they do these seasons, they add at least 5 dribble moves or 6 dribble moves a season. Best breakdown combos. I've been messing around with Tracy McGrady lately as something different that they really combo up with, which requires you to have an 85 ball control and be at least 6'5" and under 6'10". We already know Jordan Poole is one of the best like breakdown combos in the game. Even since the game came out, there's literally a top 2 of what you're gonna pick. It's just going to be Jordan Poole or it's going to be Devin Booker. And Devin Booker, you need an 85 ball control and you can be under 6'10" to do it. Now, any build that's 6'8" and under, you can do it, but 6'9s will not be able to do that move. And if you want a breakdown combo that you can misdirection out of, I definitely recommend you to try out Kevin Durant. Even if you want like a taller build, like if you do it off a 6'6" or 6'8", it looks way smoother with the Zach LaVine dribble style. Then we got Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown did a little pat on the ground and he takes off. This is one of those ones that throw a lot of people off. SGA has a crazy walk down. His animation is nice. You need an 84 ball control and be under 6'10". And I cooked a lot of people off of doing the walk down animation and a snatch back. Then we got Ja Morant. Ja Morant has been good since like 2K24. The animation is nice, but when it comes to Paul George, you can crab somebody off this. You can be under 6'10", you can crab off a lot of people, and all you need is a 75 ball control to even unlock this. When it comes to escape moves, they added De'Aaron Fox, and as a De'Aaron Fox being added, you need an 89 ball control, be a small guard, and this escape move is very close to being like a top 5 escape in the game. It could be top 5 or it'd be right out there, just maybe 1 or 2, but we got Kemba Walker. If you're a small guard, most small guards are going to be using Kemba Walker, 89 ball control, under 6'5", and this is one of the ones that you get literally combo off of. You can crab people with. The same thing with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is for one of the bigger guards, but you can use it for small guards as well. But you need a 70 ball control to unlock. And this escape move creates a lot of space and end up making defenders put their hands down. Then we got Paul George, 75 ball handle. You can use it anything under 6'10". And the thing is with Paul George, it has a crazy left-right animation, like a crossover animation. Then you got SGA. Now SGA is up there as a top 4, maybe top 5 as escape, which requires you to have an 84 ball handle, and you don't do this as a normal escape. You flick it to the same ball hand and do a crossover away, so you can get the best animation possible. And if you're someone that's gonna end up making a build and you just didn't get a 75 ball handle and you like a lockdown or something, you can use Paul George or you can use Kevin Durant. They both decent. Then you got Kyrie Irving, which is maybe a top 3 actual escape that you can use for small guards. You need a 90 ball control and be under 6'5" to use it. I definitely recommend you to hop into my court, lab it, try to practice with it so you can get better at using it. It's just not as easy as using Kemba Walker. Then we got James Harden, which is a little bit different. You get a little swag, got a little craftiness. This is going to be one that's different if you want to end up doing something different than everybody else. 86 ball handle, be under 6'10". You can really combo it with that, especially if you try on different dribble moves. Trae Young, you really can't go wrong with Trae Young. It has a decent crab animation. Trae Young is very similar to Kemba, it just end up being slower. And there's a lot of animations you can end up using on this game, especially for small guards and big guards, no matter the rating that you have on your build. Then we got combo moves. As they added the Devin Booker combo move, I definitely rated it up there, especially if you got an 85 ball handle. I definitely recommend you to try it out. But hey, most people don't even use the move. Then we got Jason Tatum, 75 ball handle. You can use this on bigger builds. You can use this all the way to 6'9". Then we end up having Zach LaVine, which you need an 85 ball handle as well. It's very kind of similar to the actual like Devin Booker, but he does a twin cross instead of a double cross. And for combo moves I usually use on a consistent basis, I use Pro combo moves. This is one that I've been using for the last few years for even 2K. That will end up giving you a crazy cross launch up the court. Now when it comes to crossovers, I was messing around with some crossovers. Some of y'all recommended me try to Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole is somewhat similar to De'Aaron Fox if you're not a starter 4, and I definitely recommend y'all to try it out. But that's not the only clone crossover in the game that you can use. Now look, Lonzo Ball, you should already know, if you got an 80 ball control, you're under 6'10", 90% of the game is going to use it. De'Aaron Fox, if you're a starter 4, you got an 89 ball control and you're on a small guard. De'Aaron Fox is still a top 3 crossover in the game, especially if you're a starter 4. Now, it's a lot of crossovers you can use. Same thing with CP3. If you want something similar to De'Aaron Fox and it's not like Jordan Poole, use CP3, which only requires an 80 ball control to use. It's a few other animations you can use that's very similar to like the De'Aaron Fox. Even when it comes to Anthony Edwards, Anthony Edwards have a similar animation, so you just got to pick your poison or pick the one that you like the best if you're not a starter 4 or if you don't have the rating to unlock that. And same thing with Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic, you need an 84 ball handle and be under 6'10", and he has actually a nice crossover, but he has a similar crossover to Devin Booker's, and Devin Booker is literally the same as Luka Doncic. It's just one ball handle higher. Now look, if you want to mess with Russell Westbrook, it's cool, but it's a few things about it that could make you lose the ball. You just got to be very precise when it comes to using Russell Westbrook. But hey, there's still other options that you can use for a small guard. Then for Pro you can use on any build. Big build, little build, center build. As long as you got a 70 ball control, you can rock out with it. And then LaMelo Ball. This one is very underrated, but you do need a 91 ball handle to unlock, and I feel like it's still better options than using LaMelo, but it's something different than using just Lonzo Ball and others. Then we got Josh Giddey, which only requires to have a 76 ball control. More often is going to be a downhill cross to get you past your defender. And so far in the game right now, there's a lot of different behind the backs you can use. When I say it's a variety, it's really a variety. Even us having a good actual behind the back they added last season. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 84. This is the one I've been using maybe since season 2. This behind the back is nice, especially when it comes to explosive behind the back or even like the SGA slide. You get an 84 ball handle, you can rock out with that on any build, small guard or big guard. And that same thing goes for DeMar DeRozan as well. All you need is a 75 ball handle. It literally has a clean behind the back, a standing behind the back animation that's very consistent. And then we got Stephen Curry for my small guards. To do the Curry slide, you need a 92 ball handle and be under 6'5". Now, Trae Young is very similar. It has a nice wraparound. The thing is, when it's stationary, it's similar to a Curry slide, but it's just the Trae Young wraparound. But if you have an 85 ball control, you could use Kobe White. It kind of fell off to me because it's easy to guard it now. Especially when you notice that they have Kobe White on, you can literally play the comeback every time and they will lose the ball. Then when it comes to Scottie Pippen, 75 ball control, under 6'10", this behind the back is only good moving up the court. This is only a transition behind the back. This ain't a behind the back that you do stationary. It's very slow. But when it comes to Kawhi, 80 ball control, I'd rather use Kawhi Leonard over using Kobe White. Has a better behind the back stationary, and you can misdirection out of it. Literally, 2K added this. This may be the best thing they added for behind the backs. Darius Garland is good for small guards, but you have other options that you can use like Curry slide, SGA slide, Trae Young, way more options than using that. Then you got Pro. Now Pro is cool. It's more of a be on the bigger guard side. I wouldn't use this for a small guard. I would leave that strictly for the bigger builds. Now when it comes to the spins, I always tell you, it's not that many good spins in this game. The spin we're looking for is when they get the slide back, and that's going to be that Pro 4 spin. As of using Steve Nash, Penny Hardaway, you can use it on DeMar DeRozan. There's literally the same spin animation that you get, and you even can get the same spin animation on a bigger build of using normal. Now I know 2K added Jimmy Butler spin. Jimmy Butler spin is actually, I'm gonna be honest, Jimmy Butler spin is tough. If you can time the spin at the right time, you can really make your defender look crazy. Like, you can really make them look crazy, bro. And I'm someone that really doesn't do spins, but then once I do a spin, you just gotta be timed perfectly. Now when it comes to hesitations, I really haven't seen that many hesitations that I like. Jason Tatum is cool, especially if you know how to momentum cross. Know that your hesitation actually affects your momentum cross. If you have a certain hesitation on, you might not be able to momentum cross, but you might be able to do a hesi. Kobe White, one of the top hesis, especially for small guards, even big guards. You can really craft somebody or even create a lot of space off of it and push a defender behind you, which you need an 85 ball control to even use. A lot of people, they was end up telling me about the Jalen Brunson. Got a 90 ball control, mostly going to be for the small guards. And look, you get a nice move at hesitation, like it gets you a boost to the rim, kind of similar to like the Kevin Durant or even a John Morant. They both get you a nice little hesi and you can be able to take off. The main thing you want to look for, if you're someone that likes to do momentum crosses, try them out, see if you can do a momentum cross with it. But if you can't, it might not be for you unless you end up changing your play style if you want to end up doing that. The same thing with John Morant. John Morant, you can end up speed boost glitching out of, especially off the John Morant and Devin Booker snatchback, and you need an 86 ball control to even unlock it off the hesi. Then when it comes to normal, normal has a good momentum cross out of it as of doing the hesitations, which a lot of people sleep on. I tell y'all, normal and Jason Tatum are maybe the best ones to get a clean momentum off of. You see me do momentums in my gameplays, that's the reason I'm able to do them very cleanly. And when it comes to step backs, we know Devin Booker is number one. Number one snatchback in the game, which you need an 85 ball control to use, and you can use it on any build that's under 6'10". The same thing with Vince Carter, a 70 ball control, under 6'10". A lot of builds can get this. You can be on a lockdown build and you can be able to use this snatchback. But hey, I'm gonna tell you this now, Vince Carter, Devin Booker were the top ones. Stephen Curry is up there as well. Now, people sleep on the Stephen Curry actual step back, but I'm gonna tell you this now, there's other ones that are slept on, like Jason Tatum, 75 ball handle. It's a nice one. He gets a nice little step back. Now, if you want the 2K25 feel of the snatchback, Kyrie Irving is what you're looking for. If you want that pull back, you need a 90 ball control and you want to be a small guard, try Kyrie Irving out. It does create space. James Harden, you may be seeing this before on Kevin Durant when you play now. This is a 86 ball handle requirement, but you have to be under 6'10", and it does create space. But the thing is, you can get a crazy speed boost off of it, off his move and snatchback. And another underrated one is Jalen Brunson, which is for small guards. You need a 90 ball control. And then for my bigger builds, or even if you want to try something different other than Devin Booker or even Vince Carter, it will be Pro. Pro is maybe a top 3 step back in the game for any type of build. But since I just gave y'all boys all the sauce for the small guards, the lockdowns, or even my big guards, I'm about to look to my big man, my 6'10s all the way to 6'4". Now look, the dribble style. I know everybody was using Giannis 55 speed with ball. Now I'm gonna tell you this now. I think Zion might be the move right now. Zion might be the move, 60 speed with ball, get the job done. But if you don't got 60 speed with ball, hey, 55, get the job done with Giannis. Giannis and Zion might be up there for the top 2 dribble styles to use, especially for them big man builds. And then we got normal, if you can't really get up that high, but you got a 40, normal dribble style is always good. You get a nice blowout dribble as well if you're going to be one of those type of players. Now when it comes to the signature size ups, there's not going to be that many varieties you get for these bigger builds. Kevin Durant is always a good option, but also you can use Ben Simmons Ben Simmons only requires a 65 ball control. The only thing you only have to worry about is going from a 70 ball control, a 65 ball control, and a 55 ball control when it comes to certain these animations. Then we have Pro. Now when it comes to Pro, you need 70. But when it comes to Giannis 6 size up, you're gonna definitely need a 65 ball handle and be above 6'10" to even use this. I definitely recommend you use Pro, Giannis, or even Ben Simmons as your top 3. When it comes to breakdown combos, you're not gonna have that many options, but hey, Kevin Durant is gonna be number 1. But if you want to really just keep it as it is, you could just stop at Pro if you got a 70 ball control, or you can keep it on normal if you don't have a high ball control in general. Then when it comes to escapes, there's not that many options for my big man builds like I told y'all boys, but as long as you put them together the right way and learn your moves, you can really go crazy. But you can use Pro that requires a 70 ball control, or you can use normal if your ball control is not that high enough. But hey, I've been using Kevin Durant. I'm gonna be honest, Kevin Durant actual escape has been money for me, especially when you do the opposite like escape. 70 ball control under 6'10", you can get it at 6'5", but crossovers, ever since I hit starter 4, Giannis crossover has been nasty. You just gotta learn the angle. All you need is a 65 ball handle to use this. Just know you have to be a starter 4 with a 65 ball handle. Then we got normal. You can't go wrong with normal. You can't really go wrong with basic, but lately, I've been rocking out with Pro. Pro been getting the job done for me too. And when it comes to these combo moves, most likely you're not gonna do them. But if you do them, hey, use Pro. Pro or Kevin Durant. That's maybe the only 2 options I can tell you to even try out. Pro or Kevin Durant, your only 2 options. Now, when it comes to the behind the backs, there's not gonna be that many options. That's one thing that I feel like 2K need to add, especially for these bigger builds. Hey, normal 40 ball control. Y'all remember normal behind the back was souped with the crazy behind the back. Now, normal and Pro is maybe the 2 options that you have for these bigger builds of 6'10" all the way to like 7 foot or even 7'2". Then we have spins. Kevin Durant spin is cool. This is maybe the closest thing you're gonna end up really getting closer to like the Steve Nash. But if you want a real Steve Nash spin back or Penny Hardaway spin back, you need to use normal spin to get the spin back. And all you need is a 40 ball control to unlock. Then when it comes to hesitations, like I told you, hesitations, you can use Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant or normal. There's only like those 2 are maybe the best 2 to end up using, especially for big builds like that. But just know you need a 70 ball control to end up using Kevin Durant. But if you don't get Kevin Durant, use normal, which only requires you to have a 40 ball handle to end up even unlocking for a big build. And when it comes to the step backs for these bigger builds, there's only a few options that you can really use. Now, if you have a 70 ball control, definitely recommend you number 1 option, Pro. Number 1 option, nothing else. Use Pro step back if you're on a build that has a 70 ball control, and that's literally going to be the threshold. Now look, Joel Embiid is cool. You can use Joel Embiid, but if you got a 55 ball control, you want a different step back, Joel Embiid can get the job done. I definitely would like if you get a 70 so you get Pro, but hey, you can use normal as well. Just don't accidentally do the Asta slide as you come down the court, because it will get you stuck in animation and you can get ripped. Now, if you do want to use basic and things like that, that's on you, but those are the 3 best ones to use. Now, out of all the information I gave y'all boys today are the best dribble moves and the new SIGs they added into 2K. Hey man, all I need y'all boys to do is drop a like on the video, make sure y'all boys subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and if you feel like it's a dribble move I missed, let me know down below in the comment section, and don't forget to check out the 2 videos on the screen.